Alright, welcome to NotNetwork Fantasy Football for Week 14. We got the Cardinals and the Vikings. I believe Koval's the Cardinals. I got the Vikings. So, this week's going to be a little different. We're going to do a kind of a special edition. We're going into playoff time, and my team finished off... Oh, my God. My team finished off number one in the league. So, I thought we'd kind of go over roster construction and kind of the making of the team. So, I guess we'll start with the draft. So, oh my God. I had one guy AP running right down the field. I couldn't get to do anything. So, we'll start off with the draft. So, first thing is that I took my first pick. I went with DeMarco Murray because I guess I was pretty sold on the Eagles offense. I figured it to be as good as last year, putting up lots of running back points.
Yeah, you and a lot of people.
Yeah, it was. Oh my God! I was gonna try to run with him, and he's like, "Nope, you're stuck on the line." It felt like I was playing Madden, and I got stuck on the line.
And now DeMarco Murray has been benched.
Yeah, and I benched him too.
Yeah.
So I kept playing him, and then he had like 2 good games, so it wasn't complete loss. But then round number 2, AJ Green, been pretty solid all year.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 was the one I regretted most earlier in the season, and then since have come around to is Brandon Cooks for the Saints. They finally realized he was on the team. And currently, Brandon Cooks is the number 11 scorer.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably go over. DeMarco Murray's actually still the 15th scorer in running back for in fantasy for running backs.
Oh.
That'll work.
Really? I thought Ryan Matthews actually had more points than he did.
No, he might, but he's number 15 for running backs. AJ Green is actually number 7 for wide receivers.
Yep.
Then number 4 was Doug Martin. Oh my God.
Oh.
I got the push move. Yeah. We'll go over Doug Martin a little bit later. But number 5, Brandon Marshall, the number 6 wide receiver.
Yeah, his was that's a pretty I won't say it's a bold move because that's probably about right where he should be, but
Yeah. Well, I got him in the 5th round, and he's currently the number 6 wide receiver. Number 6, I got Chris Ivory. Usually, I don't like to have guys from the same, like a running back and a wide receiver from the same team, but I
especially the Jets of all teams.
yeah. But I needed a running back, and it was really hard drafting. Oh my God. It was really hard, drafting this year because it was just so unsure with a lot of the running backs as to who was doing what. So.
Well, there were so many running backs that had huge question marks about them.
Yeah, so the whole reason I got Ivory is that I figured he was going to be the guy there, and he's turned out to be the number 5 scoring running back.
Yeah, very good pick.
Number 7 was my... Oh, nice. So the league we are in, we have a cap of 4 wide receivers and 4 running backs. The idea behind that is that so then there's actually guys on the waiver wire later in the season. Oh, I thought you were gonna throw it. So yeah, there's actually guys that are available to pick up on the waiver wire that aren't complete garbage. So that's why we started doing that. And so for my 4, and so I figured for what was going to be my 4th running back, I would take Arian Foster.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have an IR spot, so I'd throw him on the IR and then pick up somebody else, which, oh my God, I thought that was you. I thought I was kicking. But I ended up putting him on IR and picking up Nile Davis because there really wasn't anybody else worth picking up, and I figured in the event that Jamal Charles got injured, then I would do that. So the move, oh my God, I thought... Oh,
what?
Yikes. So it actually was a pretty good move for the 2 weeks that Arian Foster was in. Was great.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. So,
yep.
Number 8, I went for quarterback as Samuel Bradford. because that was part of my going in on the Eagles. I don't
Yep.
understand. I just don't understand what was the deal with getting rid of Foles. I don't know, the whole thing didn't make sense.
I mean, the Foles thing obviously makes more sense now that the Rams, that he's just can't play with the Rams.
I'll take it.
Oh.
But yeah, then number 9 was I went for my first tight end, took Ladarius Green. A lot of years I like to actually throw it. Don't get it out of your hand. So a lot of years I will also, often take the top tight end, just because Gronk or Graham were basically head and shoulders above everyone else. This year that kind of wasn't an option, only due to the fact that I was picking number 6.
Yeah, that's not a good position.
Yeah, it was really I had a shot at getting one of the top running backs, which was one of my concerns coming into this season, was that I could get a running back that shouldn't have had questions,
Oh, the stiff arm.
So that was the whole reason why. So then I got Ladarius Green in the 9th round. He's kind of one of those tight ends that every year who's on everyone's radars that he's going to get it together.
Yeah, well, he's the understudy for Gates in
Yeah.
San Diego, so.
So then in the 10th round, I figured I wasn't completely sold on Bradford, so I went ahead and picked up. I went ahead and picked up my backup quarterback, who would end up being my starter. I got Palmer in the 10th round, who is currently the number 2 scoring quarterback. Oh, I thought you were going over there. I was all excited that you were going to go to that side.
Yeah, that's probably your best pick so far.
Yeah. Number 11 was Eddie Royal.
It's not bad.
Well, he had, at least everyone was figuring he was going to get in and do something on the season early on. Oh my god. So, yeah, I don't know. That was for my 4th wide receiver. Then, next round, took Eric Ebron for my 2nd tight end. He's kind of been like a lot of guys this year, kind of on and off, just not really anything over.
Yeah, the Detroit tight end spot over the years has been pretty inconsistent, going from Brandon Pettigrew and some of the other guys they've had there.
So this year was a little different only because I always take my... How is he on? I always take my defense and kickers in the last 2 rounds. Well, this year, and I would normally take either a 3rd quarterback or a 3rd tight end. Usually a 3rd tight end, just because but there was really nobody I was even looking at. So in the 3rd to last round... Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't know if they were going to count that as a touchdown. So in the, 13th round, I took the Arizona defense, which is the number 8 scoring defense.
That's not bad.
And then in the 15th round, I took the Panthers defense, which is the number 2 scoring defense. So I was kind of that's the whole reason why I do that every year, where I just luck into a defense, and if I don't have one good, kind of like with the kickers, it comes to bye week, then they're out,
Yeah, and considering we have to have 2 defenses, it's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
I don't think you have to have 2 defenses, but
That's what we did.
No, that's what I went with though.
Oh!
And your guy was on fire.
I think it's Percy Harvin.
Oh my god, is he suffering from
He's back from the dead.
concussion?
He's suffering from
Or not migraine? Jesus. Oh my god! I don't know who that is!
81, that is...
It's tight end. Shanko?
Is that Bennett?
Visante Shanko.
Oh, Shanko.
Shanko. Alright. Shit. 12 minutes back. God damn. Get out of bounds. Call timeout. Okay, so let's see. In week 3, Eddie Royal was dropped for. I think I should do something here. In week 3, I don't know what I just picked. In week 3, Eddie Royal was dropped for Travis Benjamin. God damn. Well, I guess I can kick a field goal. Yeah. So Travis Benjamin's been kind of iffy all year.
Well, he's the Browns receiver, so I mean he's got that.
He is the number 21 wide receiver, so
Yeah.
could be worse. But yeah, he's basically my fourth wide receiver, and he's not. He's played 1 week when it was a bye week, so I mean I'm not that concerned with him.
Yeah. He's not actually had that bad of a season this year.
No, and there's been a few games where he's. Okay, so, then we had where, let's see. So yeah, I put Arian Foster on the IR and picked up Niall Davis, and then in week 2 I dropped Niall Davis for David Johnson of Arizona. I think that's when Ellington got injured. And I thought for sure they would go with David Johnson, and they did not so much. They went with Chris Johnson because he's old, I guess. And
CJ2K
yeah.
from a few years ago.
So then I think a week or two later, no one had picked up CJ2K yet. So I picked up Chris Johnson. And then I had Chris Johnson most of the year. And then eventually Chris Johnson got... Oh my god, seriously? Chris Johnson got dropped again for David Johnson, so I basically kept kind of the same guys.
So there's Johnson for Johnson.
Yeah. Then we have, let's see, Doug Martin got dropped when Arian Foster was coming off of IR. I had to free up one of those spots. I'll take it. So I actually dropped Doug Martin to get Arian Foster, or to use Arian Foster, which Arian Foster was awesome for the 2 weeks he was in. And then not so much. Oh! Yeah.
Crazy.
And then, and then what's funny is how I originally had Niall Davis for Arian Foster's spot. Well, when Arian Foster got injured, Jamal Charles also got injured, and that's when they brought in Charkandrick West. So I was able to pick up Charkandrick West, who now is where because of the West getting injured. So it's kind of like I kept the same lot of guys.
Yeah.
A lot of the times. And then the only other move I ever made was in the tight ends. Ebron got dropped for Clay, and Green got dropped for Gates, which Gates is now the number 13 tight end.
He's timeless.
And then eventually Clay got redropped for Ebron, so I'm kind of... So yeah, that's pretty much the construction of my team.